Hello, happy Monday. Today, 20th of October 2021. We've got a fabulous day today in the sense that we have a full moon occurring in Aries in sidereal zodiac in a wonderful healing nakshatra called Ashwini. This also, the whole of today till 11:30 a.m. tomorrow UK time. I'm not sure what's happening in your area, so you need to check that on Cosmic Insight app. They will be like not only moon is full, it's in Ashwini, which is really good for manifesting your heart's desires. So I've already done a video on this, so you can actually write your desires in blue ink on white paper. Just ask for everything that you want, but ask, sort of in detail and properly with a good heart. Please also, if you can, ask for the healing of the world. We are in a right mess at the moment, and so many people are losing their jobs and businesses are closing. So please also think about those kind of people and send them a little bit of love on that and manifest for the world to heal. And then leave it in the northwest of your property. It is amazing. Honestly, I've done this many a times and it does work fantastically. So let's start then. So we have Ashwini, moon in Ashwini, full waxing moon, and they have the sun in Libra, debilitated. In the natural zodiac, that will be your fifth lord. It's a trinal lord, which is debilitated in the seventh house, where sun doesn't do well dealing with other people because it's always wanting to do and not to please. It's more of an action, fiery, independent planet, and now it's sitting in Libra, which is all about like social interactions. In reality, what's happening actually, because sun represents your father, you need to look after your dad, be aware of their health and well-being. But also, sun debilitated is not such a bad thing because it just hasn't got that ego attached. But it could be a little bit too much trying to please and not enough in touch with what is right for them. So, because obviously this is sign of Venus, which is making the correct decision for one. Whilst obviously, and that kind of gives really good boundaries in relationships. And sun is also your leaders and politicians and government, etc. And so it just also indicates that they're not really as strong as they think they are at the moment. There's like issues within all those spheres. And so if you wanting to ask for like a promotion, if you feel as though your boss is being a little bit unreasonable with you, it's really a good time now, whilst, till middle of next month, sun will be debilitated, to actually ask for things that you want. So why not actually put on a bit of paper and actually ask for that? Ask for just stuff, honesty, and get the right raise that you need, the promotion that you need, the support that you need at work. Ask for it, because this is all about manifesting your dreams, and it's no day better than today. It's very rare that we get moon in Ashwini being a waxed full moon. So please ask away, and that will also help you with manifesting as well. So also, because moon is in the natural zodiac, which is Aries ascendant, is the fourth house ruler in the first house. So it also means that you want to feel secure, your own security, your own emotions and all that are really focused. Your mental health is very much the focus of your life during the next couple of weeks of this waxing moons, and you can manifest that quite nicely and readily. You just got to be honest with yourself, set your boundaries in place for that. I'm going to kind of introduce something different today, because obviously we've talked about different nakshatras. This is obviously a very nice nakshatra for healing and travel, because it's swift, and the cart or the horse are the symbols for this. So it's obviously it's good for starting medication, things like that. But I just wanted you to see in terms of what's happening with the other, if you're reading a chart, you can read it from the moon. So you know that when you have in any chart, when you have moon and ascendant are the same, which is like they're literally within like if very small degrees from each other. It's very interesting because what will happen is that the person's desires and the person's actual doings are the same. So they're very much like there's a connection between mind and the ascendant, which is wonderful. So it just makes life for these people quite easy. A lot of people who are on their spiritual path, they have this in their chart. So it's quite a nice placement really when you have that. And for this being Aries as well, having fourth house ruler in the first house, it's very good. It gives them a Raja Yoga straight away. So even though you have to also see the placement of Mars. Mars will be the first and eighth lord in the sixth house. That also creates like a Viprit Raja Yoga as well. So you can deal with all sorts of disease and enemies, debts, things like that, health issues. They probably, if an Aries ascendant or Aries moon today says, I'm going to start like waking up really early in the morning and exercise, they can actually manifest that and do it. They just literally very Mars does so well in the sixth house. And look at Mercury. Mercury is just 1 degree past its exaltation. All the planets are direct, so there's a lot of action going on up in the sky. And also, you can see that the fourth house, the ruler of Cancer, has gone into the first house, fourth house ruler. Jupiter and Saturn also, from where they sit in aspect in the fourth house, they can actually give manifestation. So if you wanted to move and change location, this will be a really good time for any person who's got moon in Aries or an Aries ascendant. Perfect time. And let's have a look now what's happening with the Navamsha. Actually, let's do it that way. Actually, I think I've got another, this one. Let's do it this way so you can see the Navamsha as well. So you can see that the moon in that second pada of Ashwini actually becomes exalted in the Navamsha. So it's a very good sort of placement. And also it's still ascendant will be exactly the same. So again, you have the path and the mind following the same thing, very much aligned. So it's amazing. And but Saturn is debilitated at the degrees that it is now. It will be debilitated in the Navamsha. So that will give anyone really sort of makes you, I guess it's like because it becomes a Taurus ascendant as well. So there's like a movement of two. So this person will be an Aries ascendant, but really in a relationship, they'll be very family focused. That's what they really want to, their mind, they want to be connecting to because it becomes a third house ruler in the first house. Really great communication skills, person who's able to really kind of be an very sort of influential speaker. Having an exalted planet on your ascendant is just stunning. And then you have Mercury also. Mercury is a wonderful planet for a Taurus ascendant. Rules the second house and the fifth house, is in the first house. It's just magic, really. As also Mercury is going into a friend's house too. So wow, it's incredible, really, in the sense that it has can make money. Children also can be, children education, really great. Another Raja Yoga. Fifth house ruler in the first house, amazing. When these things occur in the first house, it's really amazing. Anybody having planets in the first house, incredible. So, and as you can see here, like the dispositor of Venus, the ascendant Mercury and the moon as well is Venus, and is sitting in the 9th house. So it's a very spiritual journey with this one, in a friendly sign. Even though the actual the dispositor of Venus is debilitated, but by sheer fact that it's in a friendly sign, that helps. And also, what the other thing that helps is that Saturn is also aspecting its own house by its 10th aspect. So very good, very good. We have again Jupiter and Ketu together, creating a spiritual somebody who probably wants, because Virgo is to do with service, charitable spiritual person there who wants to help, maybe education of children, students, young men probably as well, just really helping them out with their pursuit of their dreams. And Sun, as you can see, Sun is not that debilitated, because in this one, Sun is actually sitting in a friendly sign, Mars' sign, and being aspected by full moon. Again, that full moon is reiterating and moving, showing in the D9 as well. So that's lovely, really nice. Mars is Bhargotama, so it makes Mars strong, which means that the dispositor of Saturn is strong for that reason. And Mercury is strong anyway, because Mercury in the first house gets directed on strength. And it's also got aspect both Jupiter or aspects the moon and also Mercury too. So the first house is very much blessed with three very good sort of benefics aspect in it, even though also you got some aspect in it, but it's fine. It's Sun is in good condition. It's friendly with both moon and Mercury, so it's actually helping them as well. So this is actually showing a lot of great things happening. So obviously what we see in the D1, we see the truth of that underneath that in the D9. So we can actually see that Sun is not really debilitated. It's actually that strong Saturn that's debilitated. And then we have the D10. So in the D10 we have, which is to do with karma and career. You can just see that actually Sun is also not debilitated. It's still in the 7th house though, with the 7th house in both D9 and so it's an outwardly debilitation, in the sense that it's they kind of I should say they feel it more rather than actually projected to the world. But it's actually sitting in a friendly sign, and also Mars, which is the dispositor for Sun, is in the 10th house where he gets Dikbala as well. So he's got directional strength there. Again, you can see that we've got an exalted third lord in the first house. So very strong career. 4th house ruler is also aspect in the first house. Fantastic. Then we have the 11th house ruler in the 2nd house. So this will be all about making money. Very good yoga actually there. And from there, you can see that Jupiter is aspecting the 8th house, which it rules. So actually blesses all things to do with the 8th house. And Saturn will be in its own house with the ruler of the 1st house. So Venus, being the 1st house ruler, is in the 9th house with the 9th lord. Very strong. Fantastic for career, because both of them are money-making planets really, and they work together really well, both strong. Mercury is also in Venus's sign, so this will be like the 2nd and 5th house ruler in the 6th. Mercury rules the natural 6th house of the zodiac, so it does pretty well there, and it's getting quite a lot of help from Jupiter as well. So it helps doing service for this person, particularly like teaching young children, working with adolescents, teenagers, will be really good for this person. So they could also do their job abroad. So they could be teaching abroad, something like that. I would see this as somebody who is able to speak, really good, strong, kind kind of yoga going on there. And also, you know, you have the ruler of the seventh house. It's also aspecting the first. That's another yoga. This person, Moon and Mars, they can actually give you land abroad. So that's pretty good too. So anyway, let's go back and see what's going on with tomorrow. So we have tomorrow, Moon will be in Kritika. Oh, sorry, Bharani. It's Rahu that's in Kritika. So Bharani is a bit harsh, really, despite the fact that it's ruled by Venus. So it's a different sort of flavour than Ashwini. Ashwini is softer. So it's kind of birth and death, really. That's what Bharani represents. So, and you can see that also in the natural zodiac, yet again, Venus, which is the second and seventh house ruler, is again in the eighth house. So it gives some difficulties to Venus. Venus is also dispositor, so it makes Venus quite weak, you know, because it's the moon's dispositor and nakshatra dispositor. And because of that, so what's happening is Sun, which is debilitated, and the dispositor of the Sun is also in difficult situation. How this actually shows there, you can see that basically Saturn is still debilitated, and Moon in the D9 will actually move into the fourth house. Mercury is in own house, so fourth Moon gets directional strength in the fourth house. So actually, that Moon, it might not be exalted, but it's actually working as a very strong Moon. It's a happy Moon in the fourth house. It feels like being in Cancer, really, and as it happens, also it is quite comfortable in a friendly sign there. So that's looking nice for the Moon. And Sun is still kind of like still quite, you know, quarter full there. So that's quite nice. I don't really actually, to be honest, I don't look at the fullness of Moon in the subcharts, just in the Rashi, because this person will always be able to manifest just purely because they don't feel scared about telling people how they feel. You know, it is a Chemdram yoga thing going on with the Moon, but you know, Sun is aspecting, as is Mars, and they're both friends with the Moon, so it's not too bad at all. It's not too bad. And you can see, so Saturn again, you know, in Bharani. Bharani is like a slightly difficult one, really. Can give a slight harshness to the person, and being in the 12th house as well probably makes sleeping quite difficult for the person, for sure. Rahu also sitting in Pisces and aspecting the third house. So this person will be very good at learning foreign languages, because also Mercury is in good condition. That really also reiterates that. Jupiter was also aspecting Pisces too. So that's pretty good for looking after that sign, as is Saturn aspecting and looking after Capricorn. So that's pretty good. Let's have a very, very quick look at what's happening with, I was going to do a video on crypto, but I don't think I will. So as you can see, very different things going on in the Shamsha there. So we have Moon now sitting in Virgo. So it's in the fifth house, but Moon in Virgo doesn't do well. Virgo is so very critical, and Moon is such a soft planet. It can make it not be able to make really good decisions. And it's quite agitated also by the aspect that it gets eighth house one from Mars as well. So it can be quite nervous at work. But, you know, if they could do more service-oriented stuff and for education, because fifth house is education, then that would be really good. They could also make very, very good writers, actually, with that bit of help. And Jupiter in the second house aspect in Mercury too, so that's nice. And also Jupiter is aspect in Sagittarius, the 8th house, changes and everything, but really good because Jupiter's aspecting us, so stopping any sort of issues like difficulties that changes can bring in the career. Again, Mars is in the 10th house, very strong with Venus. So you know that this person's job will be something in the beauty industry, in kind of like cosmetics or some form of artistic venture, humanitarian one as well, if it's to do with women. So that you can see too. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing that. Thank you for joining me today. I'll see you soon. Have a good one. Thank you.